MATIC scenario models or price prediction. This was a crypto foresights episode this earlier this week, right? So MATIC is what the crypto foresights episode, I believe, on Thursday was just a couple days ago. And look, guys, we've been channeling upwards. MATIC's been channeling upwards. It had this beautiful run from 31 cents all the way up above $2. Believe it peaked at $2.70. On Thursday, I showed this chart in the Crypto Foresights Token Metrics TV episode showing this red resistance line, and a quote said, if I were in MATIC, which I'm not in MATIC, unfortunately, because I didn't get a good entry point. But I said, and I quote, if I were in MATIC, I would be taking 10 to 20% profits here because we're about to hit resistance and we're overextended above our channel. Right. So this is me on Thursday talking about this. Now, obviously, I did not predict the total collapse, right? The total crash that we've seen. However, it's always a good idea, not financial advice, to when you get to the top of a channel and a cryptocurrency seems like it's absolutely unstoppable, that nothing can possibly stand in its way, and it gets overextended against the channel and it's running into resistance, maybe consider taking profits. Here's a chart of Ethereum just to demonstrate that. I know we're talking about MATIC, but Ethereum has a very clear channel upwards. And this is in line with Bill's work that he showed you with the GAN trend line, where we got way overextended up to the top at $4,300, $4,400. And now we've been way overextended to the bottom. Now, historically, if you just buy the top, or you sell the top, you sell when we get overextended, and then buy when we get underextended or overextended to the bottom side, it's usually a recipe for making money or making expanding your Ethereum wallet, right? Stacking Ethereum or stacking whatever cryptocurrency you're in. So this brings us back to the MATIC chart. We got overextended. Now, a lot of cryptocurrencies, a lot of altcoins that were channeling sideways or weren't doing well before this crash are actually at the bottom of their channels, like Ethereum I just showed you, or synthetics, or some of these other cryptocurrencies are actually wicking below their channels. But they seem to be popping right back up into their channels every time Bitcoin gets a little bit of a bump. Now, MATIC isn't quite to the bottom of its channel yet. Now, what's that tell me? One, if you're looking for a buying opportunity, maybe it could go lower. Two, MATIC looks very strong still. I mean, if you look at its price history here, it is still smack in the middle of its channel. It is holding very, very strong and is not even challenged falling out of the bottom of its channel. If I was looking for a MATIC purchase right now, I'd be considering maybe this, it fulfilled the support here down at 75 cents earlier today, but maybe a drop down to the bottom of this channel. Maybe if things get really bad, you could pick it up for, at this structural support here around 57, 58 cents. Now, am I saying MATIC's going to fall down to 57, 58 cents? No, but it certainly could. Things are crashing very heavily right now, and that would be essentially the bottom of its channel. Right now, I don't think is the worst place to buy it. It's a pretty fair value. It's at pretty fair value in its channel here. Now, we've got a couple of scenarios here built out based on where it could be in its channel. If we can see the market recover and we can see this bullish momentum continue, at least for MATIC, if not for the rest of the market. On July 1st, if it was at the bottom of its channel, it'd be worth 98 cents. If on July 1st, MATIC was at the top of its channel, it'd be $4.73, right? This is a big difference because we're on a logarithmic view and these are linear trend lines. It's growing exponentially, right? September 1st, $2.46 at the bottom of its channel, $14.70 at the top of its channel. I get that that's a little bit crazy, but if we go back into a bull market, this would be kind of the timeline for when maybe the bull market could peak. If this crash was actually a 2-wave and we're about to get a 3, 4, and 5 wave, maybe $14.70 isn't that out of the question. I don't want to give too much hope right now when we're in the middle of this big crash. But if I would have said this, and I did actually say this 3 days ago on Thursday, $14.70 by the end of this bull market didn't seem that crazy. Now that is probably about as bullish as I would get. Anything above that does seem a little bit outlandish for this market cycle. Although MATIC's fundamentals are obviously very, very strong. Now, this is Polygon or MATIC's dominance, right? This is a little bit more complicated of a chart. Essentially, we've got several trend lines, right? As I mentioned, this resistance line here on its way up to 5% by July 1st, not realistic, right? Probably not going to be the third largest cryptocurrency by July 1st, but that's just the power of having a very steep linear trend line on a logarithmic view. That's not a realistic scenario. I just wanted to demonstrate the power of exponential growth. However, we did get some resistance once we poked our head out above this long-term trend line here. We also have the shorter-term trend line, a little bit steeper of a trend line where MATIC has really made its run since December of 2020. I've built in several dominant scenarios. This is dominance or just market share on our way up, measuring from July 1st and September 1st, right, along these trend lines. Now, we've also got total cryptocurrency market cap, which has obviously taken a tumble today. We had our $3 trillion, $5 trillion, and $10 trillion scenarios. If this bull market can continue and we can recover, which I think there's a strong chance that it can, especially when you take into account that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strong green candles, monthly green candles, where the total cryptocurrency space as a whole was growing parabolically off of this long-term trend line. And historically, we have in previous bull markets seen these nasty red candles. This was a 45% dip. I believe the next dip was about a 47, 48% dip. And this dip that we're currently in is about a 53% correction. It's not that much more so far compared to what we've seen in the past and recovered from, right? So I do think that these scenarios could potentially still be on the table if we can recover into a bull market. Like I said earlier, it's too early to call it a bear market or a bull market, right? We need to see that retest. Now, if we use these $3 trillion, $5 trillion, and $10 trillion cryptocurrency market cap scenarios, and we throw in our market dominances for MATIC, we can get a matrix here, a scenario matrix here, where our low end would be we have already topped out at $2.70, and we come back down to 0.73 cents. And that's in the case that MATIC's dominance free falls. That is not likely, in my opinion, because MATIC is holding its dominance very strong so far in this dip, and MATIC's fundamentals are very, very strong. If anything, I think MATIC could increase its market dominance even in this dip or this crash. Now, obviously, a lot of altcoins, if we continue to crash, their dominances are going to decrease, and we're going to probably see Bitcoin's dominance increase. But again, if we can recover, I think MATIC's dominance can increase, and it can continue to eat up market share against its competitors, right? Again, $10 trillion cryptocurrency market cap scenario, I don't think that's the most likely scenario. I still think $5 trillion is on the table and somewhat realistic, and we've almost reached $3 trillion. We got to about 2.75 trillion. Right now, I've also included this data in a chart view, and if you have trouble seeing here at the bottom, I've also included it in a logarithmic view. Right, I still think that some of these numbers are on the table for MATIC this market cycle. Its fundamentals are just too strong. Now, I gave on Thursday 3 price predictions that I feel the most comfortable with. My bearish prediction was $2.68. Guys, we topped out at $2.70, right? This is why we build in these different scenario models, right? We don't have a crystal ball. We can't say MATIC is going to X amount. We can be extremely bullish on it. We can like the fundamentals, but if the entire market crashes while MATIC's at $2.70, then yes, it's going to come down. So we've already realized the bearish scenario, the bearish peak this market cycle. If we can get back on track, though, I do think realistically MATIC could go to $5.53 or maybe even $8.22 in a very bullish scenario where it continues to outperform other Ethereum scalability solutions in this market cycle. And that's crypto foresights on MATIC.
All right. Thank you very much, Forrest. So once again, if you enjoyed that segment, Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, put on alerts, share this video with your friends. This is already one of the most, I think probably the most popular live stream we've ever done, right? So this is definitely a very big moment for any crypto investor. So share this knowledge with them. Okay, so let's now.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.